appeared earlier this month?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, appeared.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you can.
Board question. One thing that on you are a project assistant.
Yes.
You left on 7th of this month.
No. Actually, the project tenure got over, and I got switched to another project.
But you have written that on 7th of this month.
That project tenure ended on 7 of this month.
So you are not now working as a project assistant.
No, I already joined in another project.
So you should have mentioned it.
But they will not give experience certificate unless 1 year has been completed. So I didn't. For that reason, I didn't.
But now you are working.
Yes, I'm there.
So you are a student of chemistry. Why did you choose home science? Home science, whether it is a science or is art?
Home science is a science.
Your science.
It is considered as science. Science of management of a rural household and how to manage the income, then problem identification and problem solving. So it is generally called as science.
So it is called a science. So suppose somebody has somebody has passed in somebody has taken the subject of home science. Can he pursue the science course in physics or in chemistry?
No, sir.
Then how can it be science? It is purely art subject.
Good home science.
Home science art subject, no?
Like political science.
Like political science. It is not science. This home science, the project, why did she prefer home science?
Actually,
I don't know actually why it is not called a art. The art of homemaking.
they call it science because planning a program and then bringing all the resources, and for that part they call it science.
Home management is a science.
And food and nutrition is also there. Child care is there. So a lot of aspects are related to it, which for that reason it is called home science. It is not just homemaking.
But homemaking is a part of also home science.
Yes, but
It
can
is-
stretch out beyond that.
Starts from cooking to making the beds. Starts from child rearing to teaching them.
Yes, but in home science, when we study it, we study which food to eat when we are ill. So scientific learning is there. That is why there is some element of science in it. It's not just.
Tell us about Pokala. How it is scientifically
Prepared.
It is by fermenting the rice. It is prepared.
is it health positive for the health or good for the health or
Not.
from home science point of view?
It is good for the health. It is widely eaten in Odisha.
Widely eaten. Wine is also widely taken in travel. It doesn't mean it is good for health. But when I am asking you about Pokala, it is a sign of Odia Asmita. ଆମେ ଓଡ଼ିଆ ଲୋକମାନେ ଏତେ ମାତ୍ରାରେ ପଖାଳ ଖାଉଛୁ, whether we are scientifically eating it or it is good for health or it is just because we don't have anything to eat we are eating it.
I don't know enough about it, so I can't.
Study it. Home science रे तुम एटा निहाती गोटे क्वेश्चन पखाळ मु तुमको कहि दउची नॉर्मल भात खाइले नॉर्मल भातटा जो गरम भातरा खाइले सेथरे जेति कि तुम कैल्शियम कंपोनेंट पाओ पखाळ रे तार almost 6-7 times calcium content पाइछ due to fermentation process calcium is formation अधिक होची it goes from 7% to 70%. सेति में पखाळ खाइले निद हुए कैल्शियम टा कहीं निद करे तो ब्लड प्रेशर हुए देखी कैल्सीगार्ड इंजेक्शन दिया हुए टू स्टेबलाइज तेणु सेमती पखाळ खाइले मनुष्य मन शांत रहे एंड इट हैज माने लॉट ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज टू हाइड्रेट योर बॉडी कीप्स योर बॉडी एंड माइंड बोथ कूल फुल ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन कारण आम गरम भातटा कले जो पेजटा को ढाली दूसरे से पेजटा को यूज करा जाए नेक्स्ट बार पखाड़े हाँ पखाड़ इज ऑल्सो टेकन बाय लॉर्ड जगन्नाथ डू नो
but Pokhara is given for
हाँ जगन्नाथ को पखाड़ दिया हुआ है टभा पखाड़ मल्ली पखाड़ जानी एवढा तो होम साइंस पढ़ाई जी
be a
no,
dietitian.
by reading home science one cannot be better like a dietitian. Again, someone has to.
Specialization is required for being a dietitian. Just by reading home science, I don't think.
Home science will not be helpful.
how do you identify a malnutrited child
By stunting and wasting, it will have a large belly, then large head.
but what is the scientific study done पेटर मेजरमेंट करा हुई कि कार मेजरमेंट करा हुआ
Weight तो दिया जाए नहीं.
वेट नहीं जाए और आर्म पीटर मेजरमेंट नहीं जाए
दिया जाए.
Do you believe in Mahabharata and Ramayana?
I don't.
You do believe.
I follow the principles, but I don't.
Any archaeological evidence from Mahabharata and Ramayana? Archaeological evidence?
Sir, what I've heard is Dwarika city is archaeological surveys done in the west coast of the Arabian Sea. They think the Dwarika city exists, and it is generally talked about that it is there.
Any other
and what about the archaeological remains of Ramayana period
Ramayana?
Sir, I'm not aware.
अरे राम सेतु फिल्म देखे ना
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
राम सेतु फिल्म देखे ना
Ram Setu.
हु इज द हीरो अक्षय कुमार देखो सब जानी हो अपडेटेड हो कीप योरसेल्फ अपडेटेड
How can you prevent disease from the early stage? I think it's a part of your home science.
By eating good food, staying in hygienic conditions.
good food or nutrient food
Taking a balanced diet, taking all of it in a required amount, and not overeating, and then staying in hygienic conditions.
How can it be possible in a slum where how one can take hygienic balanced diet and live in a hygienic condition? So what will be your prescription?
So they can take help of available government schemes and a livelihood augmentation.
Because in the existing situation they have to survive. They cannot, one cannot construct a one-story building for
is
them.
it necessary that all the nutrient balanced and nutrient foods are high cost intensive cost whether it is
Kitchen, with the help of kitchen garden, they can produce some of the food in their own home. Then other nutritious supplements.
there are every alternative for these balanced foods there are alternatives local alternatives like calcium खोज सजना सागो easily available so why do you want to run to government सजना सागो तोड़ी खाइबार किसी असुविधा नहीं
किंतु माने
सेमिति बहुत गुडे फूड अछि जोटा कि लोकली अवेलेबल चीपली अवेलेबल तो those things can be
कच्चा कदली अछि.
How to increase the immunity of the children?
with a proper diet and immunization process.
Are you sure? Whatever.
tell with all confidence confuse रहा तो हमको पचार रही होने इंटरव्यू बोर्ड तुम पचार रही हो ना इंटरव्यू बोर्ड तुम
You should be confident. Whatever you tell, you should be very confident.
Immunization and good food, proper food and diet.
What is the possible factors? Why this autism is rising now?
Autism is a genetic disease, a condition, and for why it is rising,
that from home science point of view while rearing children usually doctors prescribe about breastfeeding why it is considered necessary for growth of a child
because it contains all the nutrients that.
what is the main ingredient what you said God it contains all the ingredients what is the main ingredient for which it is dependent on
I'm not sure.
there is a substance called colostrum that actually increases immunity in a child
What is the difference between a disaster and hazard?
A disaster causes a destruction in a higher level and then the hazard.
Are you sure? What is monkeypox?
It is a zoonotic disease and
Which age generally it affects?
sir, I'm not able to recall.
What is CAA?
Citizenship Amendment Act.
What does it mean? What does it say?
In this, India is giving citizenship to non-Muslim refugees of the bordering countries.
But anyone will, any non-Muslim will come, citizenship will be given.
It
Or
is
is there
like
any condition?
provisions to Sikh and Christians and
That's,
non-Muslim.
that's right. But tomorrow one non-Muslim will come from Pakistan or from Bangladesh. Can citizenship be given to him? There is some deadline. You have to see it. You have to see it. Which paper you read? Newspaper?
Sambada and the Hindu.
Sambad and Hindu.
संवाद एडिटर की
देखिए हिंदूर एडिटर किए
तो कोटी टंका हठात लटरी उठिले तुम कौन करिवो
सर किसी सेविंग्स रखिबी ताकि
जल्दी जल्दी ना पैसा नहीं जो जल्दी जल्दी
सेविंग्स बैंक रखिबे
ना ना किसी इन्वेस्टमेंट पाई जदी किछ
प्लान को पूरा कोटी टका तुम पाइलो
कौन
फर्स्ट
करा
व्हाट इज योर फर्स्ट लायबिलिटी इनकम टैक्स तो
इनको टैक्स कटी की आसीबो ना
जो हरे 30 lakhs पड़ेगो बाकी यू गेट 70 lakhs टेक ए पेपर एंड मेक ए प्लान 70 लाख टका बजट टे करके दियो कोन कोन करियो
ने गवर्नमेंट पाई
गवर्नमेंट को तो 30 लाख टका इनकम टैक्स दे देलो
पड़े आ 70 लाख तुम कौन करे फटाफट लिखि दियो
तो मु 50 lakhs को इन्वेस्टमेंट रे रखे पे चाहिए आ किछि माने जदी जमी हबो या फिर घर हबो सेटा मु बाकी किने को चाहिए तो इमीडिएट एक्सपेंस
अरे मेक ए गुड प्लानिंग सपोज यू आर गोइंग टू बी द फाइनेंस सेक्रेटरी तो प्लानिंग टा करिवो ना 50 लाख टका तुम इन्वेस्टमेंट कोड रखियो बैंक रख दो आ 20 लाख टका तुम रहला 20 लाख घर कर पिरो 20 लाख घर हो नै
तार जमी जहाँ अवेलेबल हे परबो
ले बापा मां जे अंको पे किछि थिबो कहया को कोन ओडे करिया को भाबुथि बाप मां पे करिवे ना ना कहि न केबे करिया को 50 lakhs रे 70 lakhs रो आपण प्लानिंग करि परना दि आपण केमिति करिवे एते बड़ बड़ प्लानिंग
राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन एक्ट केबे राइट टू इन्फॉर्मेशन
2005
एजुकेशन
1980
19
1986
आर्टिकल 19
आर्टिकल 19
कौन पूछी
freedom of speech and expression